Ladies and gentlemen, SideStrafe back with some more MechWarrior Online, and today I'm bringing you some post-commentary footage featuring the Adder mech yet again. I am working on all three of my Adder variants in order to skill them up, nearing elite status on most of them, I believe, but I had two interesting matches earlier in the day, so I thought that I would share. But here you can see that we are engaging with our two clan ER large lasers. Primary weapons for me mounted in the upper torso, giving me a better hull down ability. I've got the two clan ER mediums in the arms, and of course the flamer that I never use and typically forget about. I probably should utilize it when I am engaging close quarters, but again, I just tend to forget that it's there. So anyways, we've got a summoner out in the distance just running around. We're ticking him off, you can tell, just lighting him up, making him glow. But we are receiving some fire from hostiles, just trying to figure out where that's coming from. And they've just got mechs out in the distance too, kind of jumping up on the hill there with more ER large lasers. Of course, I think that's an inner sphere mech back in the distance, and seems that we've got some clan assault mechs down below as well there. I decided to take the hill here and try to maintain some sort of overwatch, as well as just create some sort of sniper roost, if you will. But they are returning fire, answering in kind, and I'm trying to let them know that I'm aware of that. Lots of PPCs I'm seeing in this map. Shadowhawk, I think, there, and then the summoner down below, maybe armed with them as well. So the best thing to do in this situation, I don't always do it right away, but the best thing to do is to just switch your location. Don't stick to one spot and engage the same target, because they're aware of your presence. You can see there we're taking some fire. Summoner knows we're there. I decide to pop out a second time, which really not a good idea. At that point, I should have said, okay, look, he knows I'm here. He's waiting for me to just keep popping out. Now, he is in the open and exposed, but he's a larger mech. He can take more damage than I can. I need to think about the situation here, go around, switch it up, and engage from a flank perhaps. We still have control of the hill. We have some friendlies to distract the enemies. Let's see what we can do. So we come up around here. They're not aware of our presence here. The summoner returns, and we're just lighting him up. Now, ideally, you'd want to go for some weak spots. Maybe try to tear off some weaponry and gimp them a little bit, but often in the heat of battle, you tend to forget and you just aim for the largest target. In this case, you also have to think about where your weapons are mounted. I tend to have a little bit more trouble with the clan ER mediums because they are lower mounted on the arms, and most of the time if I'm in a hull down position readying ER large lasers, I can't get those arm lasers to bear just because they're going to hit the terrain. You can already see that I'm hitting terrain here with my torso mounted ER larges. Now, they're not too far up, you know, it's not like having weapons mounted on a blackjack or a Jaeger, so they're kind of level with your cockpit. You do have to expose yourself a little bit more. Now here you can see just doing some extremely long range sniping. Not going to be doing maximum damage, but we are scaring these targets away. You can see every time we fire at them, they decide to back off a little bit, except for this Kit Fox. Trying to go for his legs. Trying to really get used to aiming for weak spots on these mechs. With a light mech, you know, I'm told over and over again, aim for legs, get rid of those legs so they can't move anymore. Even though the clan lights aren't that fast, it's still a good way to take them out of the fight. Get rid of their mobility, then just work on the second leg. Usually not a lot of armor there. But here you can see we are on top of the world right now and just trying to find targets. You can see that we've got quite a few that are just not aware of our presence. We've got a stalker down below. I'm thinking about how I want to engage him, and I'm trying to just get his weapon systems on the arms there. You can see he's already smoking there, critical there. Want to remove that if we can, but now he's aware and wanting to return fire. Don't want to stand toe-to-toe against the stalker. It is an assault mech that can mount quite a few weapons, but you can see he starts to pay attention to another mech, and we rip off his arm-mounted weapons. And then you can see there I'm actually just checking my flank, making sure that nothing's behind me with ECM. And targets down below engaging. I want to help out if I can. Going to be doing minimum damage here at this range. Another component down on that mech, trying to finish him off as he's running away. He is smoking bad here. But look at all these targets down below. It's really hard to choose. I decided to continue on the mech that is severely damaged, but I just see other targets starting to look at me, so I'm wondering if I should shoot at them. Some shots, I think, maybe coming at me, and I'm just wanting to back off a little bit. You can see we've got some rear armor facing us. But again, we're at such a long range here that we're not going to be doing maximum damage at all times, especially if they start to walk even further out. But engaging at this range is what I consider harassment. This is a good way to get the attention of the enemy, maybe perhaps get them to fall back or take cover. Or perhaps forget about the targets that they're fighting in the front. At this point in time, they're so confused. They don't know what's going on. They're taking fire from all sides that they're not going to be thinking about me unless they actually look for the laser fire in the sky. That's the downside to using laser weapons, is that you can just follow that trail back to the source. So it can be rough. You can see somebody just returning fire. A lot of ER large down there. People are equipped to engage. But I actually decide to hold my position just because it feels like it's such a great spot. I am continuing to take fire, but a really good hull down. Now, this whole time, I kept seeing at least one other mech on my left. I thought that I maybe had some backup. Unfortunately, as you will see, he appears to be a disconnect or AFK or something. I don't know. And I think we end up with one of those matches where I'm the last one left. And we just end up with all these mechs coming at me. I know that, well, I'm gonna sit here, Custard's last stand, and let him have it. Try to take somebody out, do some more damage, earn some more points. You can see that guy's been on fire this whole match, but I can't seem to get rid of him. And again, I think that it just has something to do with me being too far out, not doing maximum damage as well. And so I decided to back off a little bit. I'm seeing if I'm being flanked here. No signs, but they're going to slowly work their way up to me, and I am going to run out of time. Again, not the fastest mech. If this was a Raven, it's possible that I could get away, do some more flanking. I think at most I can do 106 with speed tweak. This mech, I wasn't sure which one this was. I don't know. Yeah, I should be able to, but it just got to the point where I got stuck up here, and I knew that going downhill I'd end up breaking my legs a little bit more. The new fall damage mechanics are in the game as of the last patch, so you have to be really careful, you know, which direction you go downhill. I knew that I was on such a steep platform that it'd be really difficult for me. Here I am making a mistake because I'm zoomed in my cockpit. I didn't zoom out. I think it was mostly panic mode where you're just being attacked from everything. You kind of forget to hit a button and remove the zoom so that you can engage close quarters. But right there was just a mix of being attacked by their entire team and also being on very steep terrain. So steep that I'm going to basically damage my legs, if not destroy my own legs by falling. I could perhaps opt for a shock absorption module. I haven't considered it yet, but it's on the table. As you can see here, we have a Shadowhawk, which I guess just decided that looking at the sky would be the best way to play this match. And it is unfortunate because I could have at least used some backup, maybe to draw their fire, but for all we know, he would have been destroyed earlier. And so, as you did see, I did do some pretty insane damage this match. In fact, I think this was the highest amount of damage I had ever done in a game, which is why it's really sad that we are losing this one. Over 800 damage. We'll see that again once we get to the statistics screen. So this guy's starting to get lit up. Again, I don't know what happened to him. Perhaps he just disconnected. He apparently was in the game as he is looking towards the sky. But again, just really unfortunate when this happens. But it has happened to me. You know, your game crashes or something like that. The game isn't super stable, unfortunately. It's not as well optimized as I would like it to be. I have had some black screens and things like that, some graphical anomalies where I've had to restart the game, but we are about to see that stat screen, and it's really sad too because the enemy team was hurt. I think most of their mechs were severely damaged or disabled in some ways, and we just couldn't really take any more with us. But 0 kills, 4 kill assists, 4 component destruction, but total 830 damage. That is indeed the highest damage I think I've been able to do in this game. Again, I haven't been playing for very long, so for me that is quite an achievement. But we're going to go ahead and move into the next match. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for some Canyon Network. This is actually one of my other adders. This is the Prime. I have both of the others elited at this point, and this is the last one to require some more skill points. So we're going to be working on this one for the next day or two, I'm sure, and continuing to enjoy them fully skilled out. Now, this one doesn't have speed tweak as of yet, so I won't be doing top speed, which I believe is 106 and some change there, but it is still quick enough, which is good enough to get me into a sniping position. This map, I think, is one of the more popular ones. Lots of places to go, and while I do find it bland in some areas, I think that it works, and I'm not usually disappointed to see it. I don't have any jump jets, so I can't really jump on top of some of the more popular points immediately, but here I'm just kind of wandering around. More so, this is my thinking phase. I'm taking the time to look at the mini-map and see where the team is moving. If you're in a light mech, or if you're in any mech really, you don't want to be caught anywhere by yourself for too long. If you're in something fast like a Raven or a Jenna or a Spider or something like that, then sure, you can afford to do some reconnaissance, look for enemy mechs, spot, things like that, and go in, get out really quick. But again, with these current clan lights, including the Kit Fox, I just don't feel that they're fast enough to be in enemy territory solo. So more often than not, I'll stick with the group. I'll play a supportive role or sniper. I have a Kit Fox variant that I am working on that's not really about the damage, but more so about just protecting fellow mech pilots. So in this case, we can see some fire in the distance, and I'm just trying to move up to one of my favorite spots and see what I can do. Again, you'll probably see me relying heavily on the ER large, but starting to use some of those clan mediums a bit. But I am, of course, hitting the terrain a lot here, and I believe the clan lasers, excuse me, require more damage over time than the inner spheres. So basically, if you're not maintaining the laser on target, then you're not going to do your full potential damage. So they do take some getting used to, and I'm still trying to work on that a little bit, as well as my weak spot aiming. Also, while I do enjoy having advanced zoom, I find that perhaps I rely on it too much sometimes. I should probably learn a little bit more regular aiming without it, but I do like it because in this example here, I can get a really solid aim on a weak spot. In that example there, I was trying to work on the arm of that cataphract, but here I'm just looking for targets and loving all the particle effects flying through the sky here. And notice I'm just staying back, up and down the hill, you know, trying to maintain hull down positions. Making sure that people don't see me for an extended period of time. I don't have ECM like a Raven 3L or the Kit Fox Prime variant, so I need to utilize cover. Now, on this mech, I do have advanced zoom, as you've seen, as well as the other module, radar deprivation, which allows me to lose radar lock the second I get behind cover. It really comes in handy, especially if you're dealing with missile boats, and so far I've been liking it. It's a must-have, especially for somebody that utilizes my play style. Now here, we haven't taken any damage yet, so a good start to this game. But I might be speaking too soon. You can see this guy's trying to tag me. And right now I'm thinking, okay, we're not going to reverse. We're going to go forward and get into cover. So I'm going for the mountains here to get away from those missiles and lose the lock with our radar deprivation module. So we're going to pull up a little bit here, maintaining an eye on our friendly mechs, making sure to stay near them because we want them to have most of the attention. You can see that stalker there still trying to work on me, if it is the same one. Trying to back off there. You can see that we just missed those missiles again. So while this isn't the fastest light mech on the planet, it is fast enough. As I've said before, you can see they've got some targets hull down on the other side there. Good position for me. I think that I can make those lasers work. But there, I ran into a problem actually with my mouse. I hit a button that I had bound on another mech, and it didn't work so well there. I ended up using my flamer when I meant to use the ER large and mediums at the same time. An alpha strike of sorts, if you will. But here we're just kind of scanning for some targets. We got some enemies right across the way. Big assault mech there. And I don't want to get too close, but as he is paying attention to some friendlies, I figure why not let him have it. But there's the blackjack firing a shot. And at this point, instead of continuing to engage, I'm thinking, okay, let me find cover. Let me back off a little bit, flank from a different side. There's a catapult there. Throw some shots in. And their Raven, which is, I think, going to be a priority target. I always like to go after lights. In some cases, I fear them more than I do an assault, because you can typically outmaneuver, get away from an assault or a heavy, but a light, they can chase you down, hunt you, and take you out. You can see that one of my arms is already severely damaged here. Took some bad shots there, but just working on Foxtrot up front, and he is down to our lasers, carving him up like a pumpkin. Now we're going to work on Juliet, of course. Not really paying too much attention to us, so I feel free to engage. But we need to take a look at the minimap, just continue to watch those targets. But you can see a lot more hostile contact up front. Just switching targets here, looking at that Raven, thinking maybe I can take him out, engaging his legs, wanting to take one out. There's the one, and all we have to do is take out the other to remove him from the game. But I am having some heating issues here, so I'm watching that as well. While I do have all these lasers, you can see he's down there. This mech doesn't really overheat too badly. You've got plenty of room for heat sinks. And there is the third mech down in that very quick engagement. You can see that they all bunched up. Absolutely no reason to do so. They had ranged weapons capable of at least firing from some decent amount of cover, yet they chose to charge in once again. And this is a mistake that happens in any game, World of Tanks for example. People have this inherent need to charge into their demise, but hey, that's fine by me, because you can see here that we got a nice juicy 500 flat damage, 3 kills, 5 assists, 4 component destruction, lots of XP, lots of C-bills, and those are the kinds of targets that I like. They make it easy on me. They just come right out in the open, shooting fish in a barrel, and that's good times. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I will admit I'm having a lot more fun with MechWarrior lately. I'm not sure why. I'm feeling kind of addicted to it. It's just been a lot of fun. I'm finding my place, I think, with light mechs, and I think that's what any game is really about. You know, if you don't find the tank or the mech or the plane or whatever vehicle it is that you're really good with, then you're probably not going to enjoy yourself. So if it's been a while or you've never tried this game, maybe give it a shot. I've got links in the description below. Join me for my live streams. We've been having a lot of fun on Twitch, and see if you can have some fun again. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for joining me. I'll catch you in the next one.